Hi, my name is Guy Fredrickson. Today is Saturday, December 2nd, 2023, and this is another update on the 61 Chris Craft. Most recently, I finished installing all the top planks. So these are all permanently attached now. Got mahogany plugs above the wood screws, and I started sanding things fair. And I have the dash panel installed. A couple days ago, I put these trim pieces back in that go underneath this ledge. There's one on either side. Gives this ends of the planks a little more support. So this trim piece is pushed all the way to the starboard side. The other one is pushed all the way to the port side. And between them, you can see right there, there's a gap that's almost exactly a ½ inch wide. So that tells me that if that was tight when it was new, that this part of the boat widened by about ½ inch. So I noticed there was a problem when I first put these planks on. There seemed to be a lot more space between the planks back here than up front. So I explained in an earlier video how I took care of that. So now there's even spacing between the planks from back here all the way to the front. And from one side to the other, there's 11 gaps like this. So if it was a ½ inch tighter, then it really wouldn't have too much of an effect on the distance between these 11 gaps. So right now, I'm working on the trim pieces that go on the outside of the boat. So this is about an inch wide, ½ inch thick piece of trim. Goes all the way from the stem along the rail all the way to the back. So there's 2 pieces of wood that make up that trim and 3 pieces of stainless steel. 2 straight sections and then this curved piece that goes around the stem. So right now I'm figuring out where the wood screws will go that go through the stainless steel trim versus the couple of wood screws that will go through just the wooden trim alone to attach it to the boat first. So the wood screws that hold this trim in place, I don't want to interfere with the wood screws that will hold the stainless steel trim in place. And again, I can see where the old wood screw locations were. So this wood trim, when I removed it from the boat, I had to take a thin saw and cut it off by hand. So that narrowed this trim a little bit. So to compensate for that, I put some veneer, mahogany veneer on the inside of the trim to thicken it up to a ½ inch thick again. And there were a couple places on the trim where it had cracked, so I had to glue that back together and get it straightened out. And it's not in great shape, but it's good enough. Again, this face of it gets covered with the stainless steel trim, so you won't see any of these wood screw locations. Here's some more of the trim that goes on the outside of the boat. What do we have here? These 2 pieces are the rub rails that go here towards the stern. This piece lines up with those rub rails that are on the side, and this goes across the back of the transom. This piece of trim goes across the bow deck on the inside edge. And if I remember right, this piece of trim was a kick plate, goes along the floor underneath the back seat. But these pieces of trim are in rough shape. And again, I had to cut those off with a handsaw. So I'm gonna make new pieces here. Just use these as a template. So I'll replace this with new wood, and these two pieces I'll reuse. They look in pretty good shape. Okay, that's it for now. Hey, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye.